What would you do if one day your entire family turned against your child, accusing him of stealing $20,000 worth of jewelry and everyone was so sure he did it? They were ready to call the police. Would you defend him, or would you wait until the truth showed itself? What if, 5 minutes later, the person who really did it was someone you trusted the most? It all started on a quiet Sunday morning, the kind that feels too calm to last. My family had gathered at my parents' house for brunch, just like we always did once a month. The smell of pancakes filled the air. Laughter echoed through the hall, and for a while, everything felt perfect. But then, my mother's voice cut through the air like a knife. Your kid just stole my mom's $20,000 jewelry. Everyone froze. The room went dead silent. My sister's fork clattered against her plate as she turned toward me, her face red with anger. I saw him sneak into her room, she shouted. My son Daniel was standing near the kitchen door, holding a cup of orange juice, his hands shaking. He looked terrified. Mom, I didn't, he started, but my sister interrupted. Oh please, don't even try to lie. You were the only one near that room this morning. My mom's eyes were filled with fury. You'd better make him confess right now before I do something I regret. I took a slow breath, my heart pounding. Instead of arguing, I turned and walked to my bag. I didn't say a word as I pulled out a small black drive and placed it on the table. Fine, I said quietly. Let's see who actually took it. My sister frowned. What's that supposed to mean? The security footage, I said, plugging it into the TV. Since everyone here's so sure, let's let the camera decide. The air felt electric, thick with tension. My sister's husband shifted in his seat. My mother folded her arms, suddenly unsure. The footage started rolling, time-stamped, clear. The camera showed the hallway outside my mom's room. At 8:13 a.m., Daniel appeared. He walked down the hall nervously, paused outside the room, then stepped in. My sister smirked. There. What did I tell you? My heart sank for a second, until I saw what came next. Daniel walked out again, empty. He looked upset, wiping his eyes as he walked toward the kitchen. Where's the jewelry then? I asked quietly. My sister was already rolling her eyes. He probably hid it somewhere. But then another figure appeared on the screen. Her husband, walking down the same hallway less than a minute later. He looked around, checked if anyone was watching, then slipped into my mom's room. The room went completely silent. My sister froze, staring at the TV. My mom covered her mouth with both hands. And then, clear as day, we saw him walking out holding a small velvet box, shoving it into his jacket pocket. I turned slowly toward him. Anything you want to say? He opened his mouth, but no words came out. His face went white. My mother's voice trembled with anger. You stole from me. My sister looked broken. Tell me this isn't true, she whispered. But he didn't answer. He just stared at the floor. I looked at Daniel, tears rolling down his cheeks, and my chest tightened. You all accused him, I said, my voice shaking but steady. You made my son feel like a criminal when the real thief was sitting right next to you. No one said a thing. I picked up the drive, turned off the TV, and said, we're leaving. My sister called after me, her voice breaking, but I didn't look back. As we stepped outside, Daniel grabbed my hand. Mom, he whispered, you believed me, right? I looked at him, brushed away his tears, and said softly, always. 2 days later, my sister showed up at my door, eyes red from crying. Her husband had confessed. Gambling debts, unpaid loans. He'd planned to sell the jewelry and replace it later. He'd run away after being caught. She apologized, said she couldn't forgive herself for what she said to Daniel. I listened quietly. When she was done, I said, some damage can't be undone, but I hope you learn from it. And she left. Weeks passed. Life went on. But every time I saw Daniel, I still saw that hurt in his eyes, that memory of being blamed, judged, betrayed. And every time, I reminded myself, the truth always comes out, no matter how hard someone tries to hide it. Because when lies meet evidence, even family bonds can shatter in seconds.